Hello, but this is Purge, and I'm bringing you guys another game from the Reddit February Dota 2 tournament here. We're going to be watching, I don't even know what their team name is actually, but the rating team is UP. I don't know if that stands for, but I know they're from Portugal because they had a couple comments from it. So I'm going to refresh the bracket. Looks like it's too big to... No? No? I can't actually check team names right now, unfortunately. So it might be too big to fail and grow up gaming, but I'm assuming that's not going to be the case. Too big to fail is, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's not Solace versus that other one. I'm going to assume we'll see if somebody throws something in chat, and I'll just ask people when I do actually have chat privileges here. But I can go for the casting for now. Looks like we have a Darkseer as well as a Brood Mother band from UP. And the Dire team is going to be an Invoker, so there are still some other... Nature's Prophet's going to be the band. We have a Night Stalker, possible Anti-Mage could be picked up this game. Haven't seen an Anti-Mage so far. Seems to be the go-to. Somebody says it's too big to fail in Grub Gaming, so I assumed that wasn't going to be the case because of their shorthand not really matching up with that very well. But Venomancer will be the first pick from UP. That's going to look really good. Venomancer, great counter-pushing, ganking hero. This is a little bit more in line with something that the pros would pick up. Anti-Mage Windrunner is going to be the Dire team heroes, though, and they're going to be able, by picking up the Windrunner, they also have the benefit of not having to worry about Shackle Shot shutting down their Anti-Mage. This is always a big thing. Two more picks coming from UP here. We'll see what they pick up. Could be a lot of different options. Once again, Night Stalker still in the pool. Night Stalker pretty good against Anti-Mage. They're probably going to want to do heavy pushing. I think Chen would be a very smart pickup. Maybe Chen and a hero that's good against Anti-Mage. I don't know. They could do Chen faces Void. They're actually going to pick up a Mirana here. I don't completely agree with this, but they still have one more pick to go. I really think they should get a Chen, honestly. It should be a Chen. They can push really heavily. Chen isn't necessarily the best at killing him, but I mean the pushing power, if they have a good Chen player, I strongly think this is the way to go. And it looks like it's going to be a Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman does get picked up here. That's going to allow them to solo mid and push. I really think if they would have gone Chen here, Chen Shadow Shaman instead, that would have been much stronger, I think. But whatever. They can pick what they want to pick. Once again, I've said this before. I think Priest of the Moon has a lot of capability. We saw her played very effectively in the previous game. Really shut down the Omninet, but I would argue that was more outplaying than necessarily the power of the hero, I guess. And you could also argue that depending on the power of the hero, or depending on how good you are with the hero, would allow you to do different things. But I really think they need more pushing. And the Dire team is going to go with another teamfight hero. It's going to be a Tidehunter. So they currently have a little bit of counter push with the power shot, but Tidehunter himself is going to give them really strong teamfight as a support hero, more so than pretty much any other support.
Dire team back.
I really do wish there was a Chen, though. We'll see how this goes. Second round bans, a Crystal Maiden from UP. I guess they're fearing the counter push there from the Crystal Nova, and obviously the Aura, I guess. But in some ways, Crystal Maiden is actually a very good hero to counter against Anti-Mage because Frostbite prevents him from blinking for up to 3 seconds if you have the ability maxed. It's actually pretty good against him. Are we going to see the Chen ban from the Dire team? I still think it's going to be very wise. Jungling, yeah, there's the Chen ban, and it's gone, man. Should have been a Chen over a Priest of the Moon. There's no way they're going to ban a Priest of the Moon. I really don't think so, at least. And the second ban coming out of UP is going to be a Pugna. I might get an ad ran on me here. I'm refreshing my stream. For my end, at least. Just to make sure everything is going good. Yep, looks fine. Yes, it's silenced. Thank you, Twitch. You did it right this time. Second round ban coming from the Dire team. What are they going to pick up? Going to be a Dragon Knight. Also a very smart band here. Dragon Knight's actually a hero that hasn't seen a whole lot of play the last week or two, surprisingly. The reason this is weird, his armor is very high. He's kind of a good anti-mage counter. He's not necessarily a hard carry, but he's a very good semi-carry pushing hero. Very tanky, pretty much. And he probably would fit into UP's lineup pretty well. They're going to go for a Sand King instead, which is going to give them very good team fight. Getting that the ulti Burrow Strike off is obscenely destructive, especially against heroes like Windrunner. If you can pick her off with that, especially if you have a Blink Dagger, ulti, blink, stun, people die. Even an anti-mage with his spell resistance, it's still a lot of AoE damage. And if you clean up his whole team, he's by himself, and then he's going to have to escape or you can kill him, something like that. Lich is going to get picked up from the Dire team, though, another hero that I haven't seen in a while. Even more team fight coming for the Dire team, and gives them some good lane control. The Radiant team, I really feel like, unless they go for a faceless... Okay, they're going to go for a hard carry. So this explains why they didn't necessarily go as severely for pushing. It's because they picked up a hard carry that they think is a moderately good counter against anti-mage. And it's true, Ricky Maru does have smoke, which prevents blinking. The hard part is keeping him within smoke. And the team fight potential still coming out of the Dire team is still very strong. And their last pick is going to be a Bounty Hunter, which is going to be played as a semi-carry, not as a hard carry. And this makes me think they're probably going to put Bounty Hunter bottom, the Dire bot, solo Bounty Hunter there. They'll put Windrunner mid, and then Anti-Mage Lich Tide top. Or they can put Lich mid with Windrunner to just shut down the Shadow Shaman. I think that would be the smartest thing that the Dire team could do. I think they would be very wise to do that. Alright, let me just turn off my Steam for a second. Oops. Sorry about this. I just didn't want to get any more pop-ups. Offline. Okay, cool. Alright, in the game. Radiant team. UP. Asinos is going to be playing the Ricky. We have Rainbow Cat on the Venomancer. Man Down playing Sand King. Nux on the Priest of the Moon, and finally Shadow Shaman being played by, cannot read what that says, Popperzor. Alright, Dire team. Gofu is playing Anti-Mage here. Looks like he's swinging towards mid lane. Fate is Bounty Hunter, he's going on the bot lane, like I said. Sage Mode, Hokage, Kakashi. Super Saiyan 5, I believe. Yeah, that's a nerd fest right there, Lich. Top lane, Easy does it playing the Tide Hunter. And finally, 1.09 playing the Windrunner. Lich got first blooded by Solo Sniper. That's not good. That is not good. Radiant team looking for some action here. Trying to prevent the first ward from going down. Looks like that's one of our observers, I believe, disconnecting. I love that I can draw this and move the screen. Beautiful. Our Bounty Hunter going to use his invisibility. He's actually going to go try to snake the Observer Ward in. What he can do is wait till his cooldown is about off. See what Venomancer is doing. He's just trying to make sure that he won't get the ward off. He's going to wait until this is about to go down. He's going to drop the Observer Ward. He probably place it right here. Right there. Right there. Nope. Places it in a different spot. They may not know that he's placing that. And if he pops his invisibility, he's going to be able to make it back. He may go check the rune. But it looks like it was actually stopped. No, he's just dropping the ward down. So pops invisibility once again. I like using this. They probably, is going to luck out. The Observer Ward will not be spotted there. And Venomancer is actually just completely looking for him. But Ricky Maru is going to be farming on the bot lane. Mid lane is an anti-mage supported by a Lich against a roster. Like I said, very, very nasty to lane a Lich against this. And then they can just put the solo Windrunner on top and then have Tide Pull. I actually like what they're laning here better than what I recommended. I think this is very smart. Once again, having Lich mid is going to shut down the roster. Probably one of the more dangerous people that they have. Ricky will get decent farm, but he's not the biggest deal in the world. So they can shut down the roster a little bit with Sacrifice. And top lane is now a Windrunner supported by a Tide Hunter, which is actually a capable ganking lane now. And Tide can then pull if he really needs to. So he's going to grab a little bit of EXP here, but they're actually pretty equal in terms of farm. We'll see if... Kind of looks like Tide's getting a lot of the farm here. I'm not really sure if that's intended or not. It may just be a couple last hits. And Sand King looks like he's playing support to the Priest of the Moon, which is a little surprising. Yeah, and Ricky Maru getting some last hits on the bot lane. Double Tango. Blink, Smoke Screen, he'll be maxing out Backstab next. Backstab is so good now. Gives twice as much utility at level 1. Just so much damage coming out of it. Rasta taking a couple nukes here. Anti-Mage taking hits as well. Just going to open everything up so I can see. Looks like there is tons of lag. Oh well. It's like random lag, guys. There's nothing I can do about it. I think it's Twitch TV or something. Nuke from Ethershock doing some damage. Is he going to get the range creep? Top lane once again. Priest of the Moon with the Sand King very strong. And they will have that semi-carry coming. And it's nice that they actually have a support on him, you know. He's not as likely to get killed by a Windrunner Tide lane, simply put. And there's a stack done by Tide that's going to get him a lot of experience and a little bit of farm as well, if his last hits are appropriate. So, very equal game so far. I think both teams have a lot of advantages here. I like the anti-mage Lich lane in the middle. They do have the benefit of having a Lich, of course, so they do have an ice armor, which is going to be very, very nice for keeping them survivable against heroes like Rikimaru. Once you do get that ice armor up, every time he attacks somebody, he's going to be slower and attack slower. He's actually going to max out Blink Strike first. Very interesting. Not very common. Usually, it's hard to say. I guess I haven't seen Ricky played in a whole lot of games, but he doesn't currently have any backstab levels. This is going to allow him to do more burst damage and less damage over time, which is probably smart against a hero like Bounty Hunter. Now it looks like Shadow Shaman going to be in a lot of trouble, and he does going to get first blooded. Frost Nova, he backs off. Lich is obviously in Super Saiyan 6 mode or something. Rikimaru getting the Blink Strike off, and there is a little bit of a smoke as well. If he had backstab, man, he would be good. No, they're still going to get the kill, though. Yes, they do get it. Nice kill there on the bot lane. So trading a kill for a kill. Gondor goes down. Venomancer actually does get that last hit, unfortunately, over the Rikimaru, but could have been, you know, they could have not gotten the kill. And with that Sentry Ward down now, if they can keep control of the lane and keep everything right here, Bounty Hunter's going to have a really, really tough time from here on out. He's going to sell an Ironwood Branch and possibly pick up a TP Scroll. Swinging back to his lane. People saying that Ricky rapes Anti-Mage, or at least somebody wrote that in chat. I mean, yes, smoke is really good, and yes, you do a lot of physical damage if you hit Anti-Mage's back, but that's if Anti-Mage turns away from you. The hard part is that Rikimaru is much easier to gank than Anti-Mage is. He doesn't have nearly as much survivability. Ricky doesn't, at least. And look at this. Shadow Shaman just really getting shut down here. This is going to make a giant impact. This is most of the pushing power coming out of the Radiant team. They still have the Venomancer rewards. But if Shadow Shaman takes a long time to hit 6, and he's still going to be food in the mid game here, that's a nice little impact. And using the Blink Strike to get last hits, he does have a single level of backstab once again. But picking up that Blink Strike is very good because you can reduce the cooldown down to 5, and you get 120 bonus damage, kind of like a little bit of a nuke. It looks like Bounty Hunter threw a Shuriken on the Venomancer just to keep his HP down. He's going to have to pop his last Tango here. And Ricky doing a good job denying creeps on the top lane. Priest of the Moon out of boots, lots of stats as well. Sand King looking to stun. And Windrunner with a double power shot. Clearing out the range creeps. Good stuff. Pulling from Tide still. He's actually level 3 now. Still no levels of Kraken Shell, but is he going to get the pull on time? He's a little late there, but I think he's still going to get it. Bing. Yep. Absolutely fine. Getting a double Ogre once again. Pretty funny. Lich actually switching to the bot lane here. I think they realize Rasta is screwed here, so they need to switch the Lich down to help out Bounty Hunter, but there's the smoke coming as well, and they put down another Sentry Ward just to guarantee that. Very nice play there, going aggressive on the Bounty Hunter once again. Thought he was invisible, was looking to get the last hit off so that Lich could follow up, and Lich now level 4, but not a good situation down here for the bot lane. Windrunner gets killed as well, it looks like. Getting picked off on the top lane. A lot of mana being spent there. Probably a Burst Strike into an arrow from Mirana. And more hits going down on the Tide Hunter. He did get the pull off, I think, but it looks like maybe he just never pulled. I think he stacked, just never pulled there. Possibly got distracted from trying to save Windrunner, and she ended up dying, so. Anti-Mage now with boots, getting closer to his Vanguard. Shadow Shaman still at a pretty big disadvantage. Could have had this bottle up quite a while ago, and we're going to see another rune spawn any second here. About 5 seconds. Bing! Nothing. It's actually top. Bounty Hunter being aggressive once again. The Sentry Wards are now gone, and they're a little out of position. Bounty Hunter's thinking about going, and he's going to actually wail on Ricky. Ricky about to hit level 6, and things are going to get annoying. But once again, guys, they do have Bounty Hunter to counter. Every single track, throw the track on the Ricky. He's going to have to play this game as if he's not invisible, which in some ways is similar to not having any ultimate at all. Which is oftentimes what really separates Ricky from being popular on the professional scene, is that he does have an ulti, but it's easily counterable. I guess the main thing that you can use it for effectively against good players is you can last hit in a lane for a while, push it out, and then just go gank some other lane, show up somewhere random, and then swing on back and go back to farming. They're never going to check you with wards, stuff like that. And Anti-Mage is just going to grab this double damage here. Shadow Shaman's going to be pissed about this one, but It is too late. That's going to give him some good last hitting for a while. And Tide getting the double Ogre pull in. Looking good. Windrunner up to 690 gold. And if we check the CS total so far, and how about the gold graph first? Pretty even stuff. Nothing really significant. 15 last hits on Shadow Shaman, 15 and 6. That's against a 25 and 11 Anti-Mage. Mostly free farm in the mid lane. Sand King at 5. Venomancer's got nothing but denies. Ricky at 27 last hits and Miron at 12 last hits. And the rest of the Dire team, Bounty Hunter at 13, died twice. And then we have 18 on Windrunner, 4 on Tidehunter, and 3 on Lich. So their last hits are really spread over 3 heroes. Kind of the same way for both teams, actually. 25 matches 27, just about. 18 on 15 and 13 on 12. Yeah, they're very close. Very close in numbers. I think the Radiant, has a slight advantage there. Partially because they're 3 and 1 score. You would think it would actually be a little bit higher than that. I guess they do just have a 2 kill advantage, just about 400 gold, so things are looking quite equal here. Ricky already picking up his treads. Wow, so fast. Agility treads are so good on Ricky. Boosts up his backstab damage by quite a bit. Gives him a lot of attack speed as well, so when he's actually jumping on one of these guys, it's going to take a lot of damage. I need to see Lich pick up a Frost Armor. Unfortunately, he actually... The downside is that sometimes you have to really put it off. He's going to have to put this off until level 8 probably, which could be a while till he gets there. He's about to hit 6. You can't pass off Chain Frost, obviously, but once Bounty Hunter hits 6 as well, they can keep vision on the Ricky Maru, and then he won't be able to do ninja backstabs and things. Anything else for me to talk about? Boots on everybody. Gold per minute. Give me some good numbers. 300 on Ricky. 264 on Anti-Mage. Ricky's actually beating him. Looks like Shadow Shaman going to be AFK as well. I didn't even see that one. Is that the previous game? Oh, that's funny. Look at that, I can scroll into the previous games. Wow, that's weird. I guess it's all the same text file. I'll have to report this.
Double damage.
Alright, game's getting resumed here. Double damage on the Anti-Mage. Fate backing on up. Lich dropping down a ward as well. There's still a Sentry Ward there, but not going to get vision. Anti-Mage actually picks up a kill on the Shadow Shaman. A pretty big mistake there by Shadow Shaman. I didn't see the entire initiation of that, obviously, but it's a freaking double damage Anti-Mage. You gotta be so careful. He did pop his ulti there. So did use his ulti offensively. Priest Moon helping out. The old Sand King. There's a Clarity Potion being popped. Gonna get his mana up, allow him to arrow and Starfall. And it looks like Windrunner's actually going for treads this game. A little surprising. Not a very typical item build. Almost always see Phase on Windrunner. If not Phase, Southeast Asian teams actually sometimes prefer an Arcane Boots on her instead, because it allows you to nuke a lot more. I did see a Sentry Ward. There's a Sentry Ward on somebody there. Did not get placed though. There's still a Sentry Ward up. Are they going to be able to take out Bounty Hunter? There's the Gale. And are we going to see the smoke? There's the smoke. He's taking good damage. There's another Blink Strike. Are they going to be able to get him? I think they will. Couple good last hits, and Ricky Mar gets that kill. Now changing targets on the Lich. There's the TP bot coming from the Tidehunter. I think they've had enough. They said, dude, this Bounty Hunter is getting rocked, man. We got to help him out. So Tide does teleport to the bot lane. Windrunner's going to be fine on top here. She does have Windrunner. She's going for tanky item builds. You know, it's not a huge deal. Shadow Shaman making sure to get lots of last hits. Power Treads fixed on the Anti-Mage. Ring of Health, the Stout Shield. He is so good. The wards not going to go down. Not a huge deal, though. I think this is a little bit of a mistake here from Shadow Shaman. The wards will end up getting killed. He's trying to tank the tower so that the wards do not get targeted. But it's going to be a while till another creep wave comes through. He's going to lose one ward. 2 wards coming in. There's 2 wards going down. No! 2 wards, and now the wards are going to get pretty cleaned up by the tower. At least losing a lot of them. 3 wards going down. Tower's still taking damage. There's the glyph being popped. And Shadow Shaman still has the power to push this in, but he's actually going to pack off a little bit at least. He's thinking about committing to it. Anti-Mage is sitting right here just waiting for the moment to go in. But it's going to be close. He's actually going to be aggressive right now. Most of the creep wave is gone. There's the Shackle. Anti-Mage taking decent damage from the wards. He's completely out of mana now, and there's the ulti doing 227 damage. One more hit, and that's it. Nice salve pop. That's going to keep him alive for just a second. The blink, he's got no mana. Wow, salve absolutely saves him there. Just barely close one from the Shadow Shaman. And the ward's not scoring a kill. It is deniable, though. Anti-Mage going top, and he's going to find Illusion Rune.
Illusion.
As Shadow Shaman runs all the way home. Top lane now pushing Sand King and the Mirana. They're going to clear up the creep wave, no problem at all. In the bot lane, Venomancer with Riki. Clearing up the Venomancer wards, which are slightly forcing them back. Level 3 wards currently.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Top tower is apparently under attack, guys. Tread's picked up on Mirana now. Good attack speed, good HP. Level 5 Sand King about to hit 6. Could get a kill off on this Windrunner. Stun, arrow follow-up is a kill, but unfortunately she has absolutely no arrow. Power Shot will do damage to all these heroes. Nice shot there. More aggression on the bot lane. The Gale will go down. Bounty Hunter might be in some trouble here. Ricky Maru gets a blink off. Wow, he's hitting so hard, man. He's just going to go right through him. Such great play by Ricky so far, getting great last hits. And there's the Hex. And Tide is in a lot of trouble. Going to continue going. No. Ricky Maru just doing a really great job here. Ricky plus Venom, such a good combo. Who needs a stun when you have a Venomous Gale? I love this combo. I think it's actually working out very nicely. And the reason that I'm pointing out why Venomous Gale is working out better, the amount of disable that Venomous Gale provides in combination with Ricky is actually disgustingly powerful compared to something like a stun. For example, a Vengeful Spirit would stun. Yes, that's great. But a stun is not going to keep them inside of a smoke screen as long as a Gale will. Gale does not disable, but if you couple that with a silence, somebody that's silenced and moving really slow might as well be stunned anyways. At least in the early game stages where casting is really important. The wards get dropped on the bot lane now. They're looking to take a second tier tower. Oh my god, Anti-Mage has another double damage. I can't believe it. Hitting the Ricky Maru really hard. There's a track that goes down as well. He eats a Gale. Anti-Mage going in. He wants to get his kill. He does pop the smoke down. He's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to do the Blink Strike through. And oh my gosh, the Epicenter doing a lot of damage. Chain Frost not hitting as many heroes as they necessarily wanted to. And the Shackle Shot very effective there. Ricky Maru getting another kill. Coming on back there. But he will get picked off by the Anti-Mage once again with that double damage. So pretty interesting trade here. Looks like Venomancer survived. Sand King gets out as well. But they did lose Ricky Maru. Not the biggest loss ever. He's actually going for, looks like he's going to be going, yeah, he's going for a Ring of Aquila. He will get that as soon as he spawns. And that's actually a very nice item for Ricky. TP coming to the top lane, that is, it is Tidehunter, okay. I was looking for a yellow player. He's level 5, not level 6 yet. I'm sure he wanted his ulti in that team fight. And Bounty Hunter now switching to the top lane. Basilius on him. Where you at, Ricky? There it is, Ring of Aquila. Treads with a magic wand, and he has 1,000 gold. He's doing very good here. Level 8, he's actually gonna really. It looks like he might be maxing out Smokescreen here. Dire top tower. Is that really top tower? I think that was top tower. Top tower goes down there. Shadow Shaman being aggressive on the Anti-Mage. He does have his Perseverance up. So he will be working towards, just now noticing the tower, and now he wants to get the disable, but they will not get it. There's the Hex as well. This might be really bad for the Anti-Mage. There's the ulti as well. That's going to be so much poison damage. That will be a kill. Nicely done by Venomancer. Good decision making there. The Gale was already down. They were about to kill the Anti-Mage, but not going to be able to do enough damage. He was going to get the blink away, so he pops the ultimate just to really seal the deal, do as much damage as possible, and allow the Venomous Gale to trigger the kill. So, nicely done. It's tough to kill an Anti-Mage. He only has 1 level of Spell Shield, but definitely very, very well done there. Ricky Maru now switching to the bot lane. Once again, surprised that he's maxing out Smokescreen. The AoE is bigger, which is a good thing, and the miss rate is better, which is a good thing. So it's going to allow him to fight Anti-Mage and Gondar a little bit easier, partially because of Gondar's ulti is such a pain in the ass for Ricky to have to deal with. So, I don't know. I think Backstab might be a better choice, but it kind of comes down to the option that at some point they're not going to turn away from you. At least good players will not, so by picking up Max Smokescreen instead, he's allowed to go toe-to-toe with them a little bit more easily. And since he does have a good farm advantage, that's something that he might be more easily able to accomplish. Arcane Boots finished on Venomancer. His pushing is going to be ridiculous. 2 levels of Poison Sting as well. Tidehunter, no boots. And on the top lane, Priest of the Moon. Looks like she might also be going for a Diffusal. No, it's probably just a Mantis Cell. There's the old track. It's going to be coming in for a big hit on Mirana, if possible. Actually, wow. 2 Ring of Aquilas in the game. That's not very common. Don't see that very often. Do we have any more Basiliuses? Bottle gets popped. Rewards are down as well. Tidehunter is a level 6, so they're going to have to be very careful about him. Ricky Maru has shown himself no shackle landing. Wards are going to get cleaned up, though. A little misused. And there's, wow, Epicenter coming through the smoke as well. Anti-Mage gets sheeped. I can't believe how well that worked. Wow, Chain Frost coming through as well. Ricky's actually going to die there. Smoke gets popped, and the Wards almost scoring a kill. Very, very good play there. I did not see Sand King channeling his ulti there. Got the stun through, follow up with the smoke. That was beautiful, man. Ricky Maru did die, but they killed the Anti-Mage, and I would call that a victory. It is so hard to trade kills with him. It really is. So hard to trade kills with Anti-Mage early on. And Shadow Shaman gonna snake the invisibility from the Bounty Hunter snakes the invisibility from the Shadow Shaman. Blades of Attack just about to get his phase boots here. Looking for a Venomancer, but he's actually not gonna find him. Does get that TP out, and the ward's doing as much damage as possible, but really great play. Unfortunately, that Chain Frost did a lot of work. Really did do a lot of damage there. Alright, Tidehunter now. Still no boots. His wand is ready to go. He didn't even ulti that team fight, surprisingly. Things were pretty much over. I don't know if he left the lane before that happened or what, but Ricky Maru now on the bot lane. Getting those last hits, man. Smoke so far. It's going to have good miss chance, for sure. 70% can be a big deal. The slow's still going to be pretty crappy, but if you can throw that smoke down on a slow or a stun, it's going to be a big deal. Might see a stun on the Anti-Mage. Stun a little bit late there. Anti-Mage does blink back. It's quite a ways away from his Battle Fury now. He was up to 2k gold? I think he was, actually. He was up to 1k at least, I believe. A couple pings going on. Looks like Lich is going to be switching lanes as well. And Windrunner getting close to a mechanism, but it's going to be a bit. Has the 2 components, but no recipe. Oh, nice Sentry Ward, de-warding there by that Venomancer. I think they must have spotted the ward. Considering this ward is up, and it's about halfway dead, I'm sure they saw somebody come here and drop the ward. It's always nice to de-ward those. One good reason to always have wards up. You can see them warding. And yeah, Mirana is going for her Yasha next. Once again, the Ring of Basilius. Or Ring of Aquila is a Wraithband and a Basilius. It's not bad. Well, Ricky's going to spot them out. Are they going to do a dust? They must realize, surely, that Ricky is around. There was a dust on Lich, but they're a little scared right now. They will spot the Bounty Hunter. 3 heroes kind of grouping up a little bit. Arcane Boots on Sand King. Okay, someone says that Tide got SK stunned and died in Ricky's Club in the last team fight. I did not keep track of him there, so he was not able to ulti through the Ricky's Club. It's actually a nice counter to Tide if you think about it. Silence is very good against him, because then he can't pop his ulti. But here comes the smoke gank. Tide might be in some trouble. Oh, we're not going to get any disables off. That is so unfortunate. That smoke vision range. The Gale tries to go down, but not going to get it. There's the X finally, and he's going to try to ward trap. Shadow Shaman really over-aggressing himself. Tide ulti does so much damage. Power Shot as well, cleaning up these heroes, but Tide goes down. There's the Epicenter channel going after the Windrunner. Not going to be able to score a kill, though. They do trade Tidehunter for Shadow Shaman. Not the best example. Trying to get the Bounty Hunters. Oh, wow. Almost gets the Venomancer. Big Shackle landing on 2. Now just 1 here. Ricky Maru in some trouble, though. He does get tracked. Tower drops. Mirana. There's the smoke as well. His HP is, very low. 46 HP. Is Bounty Hunter going to go after it? He's going to do the strike, and he does get the kill. Nice play there. But he will pay for that. Mirana getting a nice kill there. Bounty Hunter killing Ricky. Yes, Mirana getting Bounty Hunter. Very even. Sand King having some trouble. And a couple more trades. Anti-Mage, how's your farm, man? You guys are really behind in towers. 5k disadvantage at the moment. Downside is Ricky keeps dying, though. He could have his defusal up shortly. He could have his defusal, is the problem. And he keeps dying in these team fights, and that's basically been the problem. Where did that arrow come from? Is that a teleport out? Is that like an arrow teleport? That's weird. I am really confused. Alright, Mirana was just here. How did I just see an arrow top? That kind of just flew. That was weird. Okay, cool. We'll just ignore that. We'll ignore that. More bugs. Alright, Ricky very close to his diffusal blade. Still hasn't picked up any more levels of backstab. He will clean up some more creeps. I do like this build, though. It's pretty interesting. Also, the fact that backstab just got twice as good at level 1 makes it a good option. He will go for the last hit, and he will score that. Just about to hit level 11. It's going to let him phase into invisibility a little bit faster. Power Shot slows down the wave again. And the Dire team is all worried about defending their pushes. They only have one tower left, and it's this top tower. And this is mostly because how much lane control they got in the early game. They really did very well. Bot lane got a lot of kills. Ricky is very farmed, and they were able to win some team fights after that. Diffuse the Blade ready to go. He switches to Strength Treads to keep his HP up, since his HP is now the detriment of his health. We'll see what he gets next. Could go, I think a Manta style would be very smart, or a Sanjin Yasha, one of the two. Anti-Mage farming in the jungle. He does have his broadsword. No Battle Fury quite yet.
Haste.
And it looks like the Radiant team will swing top. They do want to take that next tower. They will have a Tide ulti. Bounty Hunter level 10. Phase Boots Bracer. Sitting pretty good. And we might see a Chain Frost. It's all going to come down to, I think if the Radiant team wanted to win a one-sided team fight, if they picked off Tide Hunter and Lich before they ultied, that would be absolutely best possible scenario.
Regeneration.
Tide ulti and Chain Frost. Chain Frost has been the only thing that's been holding them into the game so far. They've been absolutely dominating their team fights, but then that Chain Frost comes through and just picks off heroes like Ricky Maru. Ricky with no TP scroll. A little bit of a mistake here, but we'll see if it ends up impacting the next team fight. Sand King as well. No TP scrolls. Wait, no, he does have one, sorry. Everybody else sitting on a TP. No Ricky Maru though. A lot of wards up. Double wards here. Checking for wards here. Dire team's gonna fight though. There's a stun though. Tide Hunter will ulti in just a second. He's gonna go invisible. He's gonna channel the ulti while he's shackled. He's gonna get it off. He will get the ulti off, but it's not hitting much of anything. It will do some damage to Tide Hunter. Picks off the kill there. He's gonna have a stun in 1 second, but not gonna be able to get it off. Tide dropped. SK drowned. Rasta down. Pretty big mistake there. Why did they team fight there? Ricky Maru wasn't even available. I don't know why they looked for that. The Dire team kind of ran into it, but why was the Radiant team running around there? I think that was a pretty big mistake there. Could have just pushed the tower normally. At the very least, they got them to spend their ultis. I think that's the main thing that they were maybe forcing themselves to do, is look at it this way. Tide just ultied. Lich just ultied. They can't cast for 100 seconds now, and even if they take losses, they can still take the tower. So this is something that I don't always appreciate, but once again, like I said, if they can just stop the Tide ulti and the Lich ulti, they've got a team fight won. And now they just have to group up with all 5. I don't necessarily think they're going to do that, but they could just group up with all 5 and push again. And Tide's not going to have his ulti, and Lich isn't going to have his ulti, so I don't think they're going to bother. It looks like they're all going back to farming there after that failed team fight, but I think they should definitely go back and push, but I don't think they're going to. I'm going to wait till Mirana grabs their Manta style. They're going to give Ricky a little bit more farm here. He didn't end up dying there, so not a big loss for him. He does pick up some TP scrolls now. And level 11, 2 levels of his ulti, goes invisible a little bit faster. He might be looking for a free kill. Now that he has Diffusal, this is definitely a possibility. And Anti-Mage is going to be blinking from camp to camp. I don't think Ricky can kill Anti-Mage at the moment, because Anti-Mage can just turn and fight it. But he is looking for those weak support heroes. And this is something you can do as Ricky Maru. They've got to be careful in their jungle, pretty much. He's probably going to swing in between jungle camps and pushing this lane and constantly pressuring the tower. Bot lane being pressured as well. Windrunner's going to be there with a mech and a treads. Question in chat, can you cast while they're shackled? Tide can do it because his Kraken Shell triggers. The way that his second ability works is, which he actually does not have a single level of, which is a mistake in my opinion. I mean, smoke is still going to be a problem, but basically if you take 600 damage, all of the stuns that are on you get removed. It's completely gone, and then you get to ulti. That's why you guys have probably seen Tide ulti through Shackle before. If he takes enough damage, he gets his he's able to ulti. I hear a Hex going down. That's on a creep though, that's the problem. Looks like we're going for a Necronomicon on Shadow Shaman. Not very typical here. Usually either a Blink Dagger or a Black King Bar or maybe even an Aghanim Scepter, but he's opting for the Necro 3. Or at least he's going to go towards it. Anti-Mage almost getting killed there, of course. Did get Hex. He does have his Battle Fury and already 2100. Once you get that Battle Fury, man, your farm gets ridiculous. Observer Ward down, and they predict that drop the Sentry. Do they have any more Sentries, though? Ooh, that might be out. That could be a big problem. Bounty Hunter in the next team fight might be a pain in the ass. All the ultis are back up once again. Chain Frost and the Ravage. And Ricky Maru is still only 1 level of backstab. I think this is going to start hurting him really bad here. The smoke is still going to be good, but it's been a while since he leveled up, and he really needs, you know, his damage could be a lot higher right now if he had high backstab plus the diffusal blade. He's going to run into the Bounty Hunter, though. Bounty Hunter does get vision, but do they have vision either? This is Shackle. It's going to land on Shadow Shaman. He's going to take a nuke. Priest of Moon will ulti. This arrow comes through. It's going to land on the Windrunner. That's a big deal. 5-second stun. Are they going to go in? Shadow Shaman does a ward block. Tide looking for an ulti. He's going to catch a lot of heroes here. And wow, Venomancer dies immediately. No spells from him. Ricky Maru's in the mix, but the Shackle Shot lands, and the Chain Frost is doing a lot of damage. Ricky Maru's going to drop for absolutely nothing there. And Windrunner not even going to get picked off, I think. She's going to survive, man. No Venomous Gale. I mean, at least no, I mean, Venomancer did not ulti. He didn't get his ulti off. He just died way too fast there. That was a big loss for the Dire team. They did get the arrow down, but they needed to jump immediately. Ricky was not in position to drop a smoke and go for the hit. The Tidehunter ulti just stopped the chain of initiation. That's exactly what happened there. Roster wards were great, but not looking good. Look at that jump down. 2 team fights lost in a row now, and they're up against a hard carry who has more damage items, or at the very least is going to be very close. He's got his Manta, or his Yasha finished. Oh my god, that's actually a Manta, except he's missing an item. He jumped the gun a little bit. He bought the Manta Cell recipe. He actually needed the Yasha recipe. So he needs about 600 gold here before he gets his Manta Cell. And then things are going to get ridiculous. Anti-Mage is getting into hard carry mode. I didn't catch that one. Tide ult interrupting SK ult. Also a big deal. And he's got a Blink Dagger. That should not be happening. That should really not be happening. If Tide can drop an ulti down and stop the Sand King when you have a Blink Dagger, your Sand King is doing something wrong. That's obviously going to happen. You gotta wait till that Tide ulti comes out, or you pot the ulti, you channel your ulti and then come in and then stun Tidehunter. Just try to kill him, or just to do some damage to him. So that was a pretty big mistake there. SK's getting his ulti stopped, and not enough jump on as soon as they got the arrow down on the Windrunner. Mithril Hammer picked up on Bounty Hunter, probably going to be something like either BKB or Desolator. I'm going to expect it's probably going to be a Desolator. Or a BKB. Probably a BKB. I would say BKB. It could be a Maelstrom or a Mjolnir. But I would expect a BKB. And Anti-Mage is farming like crazy. This is why Battle Fury is ridiculous. So you can just jump in creep camps and blink and blink and blink and take all the farm. All the farm will be yours. Radiant team now going to try to come back in the game here. They've done well so far. Only 1 Diffusal charge used. Everybody pretty squishy. Necro 2 is finished on the Shadow Shaman at least. They will wait for the creep wave, though. Bounty Hunter farming on the bot lane. And there they go. They're going to do a blink stun going after the Anti-Mage. He doesn't get the Epicenter. No Epicenter once again. He does a blink stun instead of an Epicenter blink. I can't believe it. AoE damage coming through. Chain Frost doing damage while Priest of Moon will ulti. And Ricky Maru taking decent damage, but nobody has died quite yet. Tidehunter does fall. Anti-Mage wants to ult somebody. Shackle goes on Venomancer, but he immediately goes invisible. And are they going to get the Anti-Mage? It's going to be close. He does use the Diffusal Blade, and no! He blinks away just barely. Now going after the Bounty Hunter, but man, Track is so good for running away. It is ridiculously good. Nope, there's the Blink Diffusal Blade. No! Just barely gets away in time. Tries to get a Shackle on the Ricky. SK making another big mistake. It was daytime. He walked right here. He saw their entire team, and he does a blink stun. Could have just channeled Epicenter, blinked in, stunned then. Would have been amazing, but no. No ulti from the SK. Throwing this game away, man. They had advantage, but you cannot do that. If you have a Blink Dagger on SK and you do not get an ulti off, you are absolutely messing up your hero. You got to get that Epicenter. Epicenter is so good. Such a powerful AoE ulti. 8 pulses of 100 damage, man. That's so much damage. You can like drop everybody's HP down to like 500 with that thing. Everybody's sitting about the same HP, about 1,000. If you can get an Epicenter off, everybody dies. They won't be able to survive the HP, or survive the nukes. Alright, Necro 2 still farming. It's going to go back to base. His colon is hurting. It's 0! Hooray! Yep, lost another team fight, or at least did not win another team fight. Anti-Mage is farming like ridiculous. That's the important part. And as soon as these towers start dropping, it's over. I mean, yeah, Track is another good point. Every time that somebody dies, Track does give you gold. 200 gold for self, 100 for allies. So if you track somebody that dies by your allies, they get an extra 100 gold. That's like ridiculous. If people get supports, well, I guess it's Whoever gets the kill gets the extra gold, I believe is how it works. But it's a lot of extra gold every time you get a gank off. And they really needed these Sand King ultis to go through to be able to win this. I don't know if they're going to be able to. I mean, the gold graph is equal now, so the game is equal. And there's no towers gone. Well, there's one tower gone from the Radiant team. As soon as their other tower's gone, it's over. So there's no way they're going to outfarm them at this point. Rikimaru will get a...
Invisibility.
he is going to get a Black King bar eventually, but he's not there yet. I don't even know if he has a hammer yet. He probably doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't even have his Mithril hammer yet. Still quite a ways away from a Black King bar, so something that he definitely needs this game, but unfortunately it's going to be a long time to get there. He's had that defusal a long time, but, you know, the entire Dire team just farming too much, man. Shadow Shaman will find the Anti-Mage. There's the first stun. Are we going to see a War Trap? He should just run away. Yeah, just run away from that. Sand King does go invisible, but there's the Sentry, and that he's now dead. Track, extra gold, they're richer.
Frost Jack.
Trying to do two-man gank. They cannot do that right now. They gotta push, man. Push and get those kills. Win the team fights. Shackle Shot will not land. Shadow Shaman backs up. Now they're gonna try to defend the mid push with very little farm just to brace her up. There's a Manta Style in the Mirana. She's doing decent damage. Not amazing, though. Tide ulti's still ready. Chain Frost at level 2. AoE is stopping the creep wave, sanking up in 2 seconds. He will TP here. Anti-Mage goes in though. Does the blink Manta split? So much damage on Shadow Shaman, man. Manta is so good. And there is the smoke, but the nice ulti from Tidehunter is going to do so much damage. Rikimaru thinking about helping out here, but it's not able to happen. The epicenter does go down though, and not able to get a kill. Rikimaru still around, thinking about maybe jumping on these guys, but it's so dangerous. Ooh, almost getting a stun off on the Bounty Hunter. Pretty lucky there. And there's the Sandstorm. They might actually have to back off. I can't believe they're actually going to save their tower here. Oop, there's the Sentry Ward. He's going to go on the Anti-Mage. They're going to get the kill. Yes, nice stun. 450 gold there going to the Riki. That's going to help him get to his next item. He's going to do some creep blocking on the Tide, or is he? Just barely pops his wand. He's got a stun in 1 second, and there we go. There's the stun. There's the Diffusal Blade. Rikimaru cleans up. Pretty good cleanup there. Grabbing the Anti-Mage for free. Big, big score there. And Rikimaru now clean up. His backstab is now maxed up. His damage is getting really good. He's getting very close to his Black King bar. Once he gets that, man, no Chain Frost, no Ravage. He can just go straight on who he wants to. The smoke is not going to be wasted by these long duration disables. Level 2 Necronomicon still looks like they're ready to push. They're trying to get here before the Anti-Mage responds. 35 seconds left. The wards are dropped as well. But what level are they? Level 2 wards, so that's going to help out a pretty good amount. Glyph gets popped. Necro is up. Trying to keep the wards alive. The Necros are tanking. I hear a Hex on somebody. There's the Manta Style from the bottom. Are they going to be able to get the tower, though? They got 20 seconds. No ulti from Tide. No ulti from Lich. 20 seconds to go. 13. I think they're going to give it up. They might not be able to score this. Priest of Moon hitting from the low ground. Power Shot comes through. Chain Frost soon. Priest of Moon wants it. Is he going to get it? Oh, it's going to get denied, I think. Are they going to deny it? Are the wards going to get it? The wards get it! I can't believe it. Big misplay from the Dire team. That was a gimme. Holy crap. Extra 200 or so gold. 250 gold to the Venomancer. Everybody else gets an extra 100 where they should have. That was really lucky. And I think that's going to get Rikimaru his Black King bar. He's going to teleport back to base, and Courier is bringing it to him, and there it is. Black King bar finished. No more Ravage, no more Chain Frost. He's going to hop into a team fight, and he's going to wreck house. It might still be a win for the Radiant team after they picked off the free Anti-Mage. To be able to kill Illusion on that Rasta. Made it a little too obvious there. There's the mech and the Force Staff. Force Staff going to be very good for getting people out of the smoke. And there's the Desolator. Desolator on Bounty Hunter. I think they may be able to take this mid tower. Gale going to miss everybody but a couple creeps. There's the Glyph. Rikimaru still looking for his opportunity. Do we still not have a gem? Surprising it's been so long for a gem. Anti-Mage is going for a heart here. Arrow. Arrow's going to land. Are they going to go on him? Bounty Hunter stunned for 5. They're not going to jump on it. They're opting against it. Hood is up on the Sand King. Please God ulti before you blink, man. a little bit of a stalemate. Looks like we have a Rasta illusion running into the bot lane. This bot lane's going to push a little bit. Everybody's ultis are up. Winner does not have hers. It's a crappy ulti. Lots of wards in position. There's the Gale on the Priest of the Moon. Taking some damage. Shackle going to catch 2 heroes. This is where the initiation happens. Ricky non-position to get the smoke off, and he gets ulti. Cannot believe it. No blocking bar. He's going to get in here really late. Still has not popped his BKB. Pop your BKB, man. He still hasn't popped it. Going on the Windrunner, doing good damage. Going to eat a Gale now. Triple kill for the Anti-Mage. He is clean up. Now changing targets. Just finally going on the Anti-Mage. Is he going to get the kill? No. Anti-Mage blinks off. Now being pursued by the Bounty Hunter. I can't believe that Ricky was on position. As soon as that Shackle landed, he needed to put the smoke down to prevent the Tide ulti. If Tide ultied there, everything happened, and that's exactly what we saw. Tide gets the ulti off, Anti-Mage blinks in, and Dire Team is going to take this tower, going to farm off these wards, and losing a 4-0 team fight, which is making this look absolutely one-sided. I just don't think it's going to happen now. They really needed to disable there, and Ricky was a little out of position. Coming from over here, if he would have been standing here maybe, next to the tower, I think that would have been much more advantageous. And he got eaten by the Tide ulti. Didn't pop his BKB, was barely on the outside of that. Another mistake there, coming from Akinos. Akinos? Bounty Hunter back in the jungle, critting like crazy with this Desolator. Does have a bottle and a treads as well. Are they even going to buy a gem? They don't really need it, I don't think. They have lots of sentry wards. A lot of sentry wards. And Anti-Mage now has his heart. Wins the team fight, gets a heart. 2600 HP. From here, I'd like to see him get a butterfly, I think. Or maybe a Vlad's. Probably a butterfly, though. There's still a chance that Ricky can outcarry him, and if he gets that evasion, there's not going to be a whole lot that can stop him. And his damage per second at that point will be absolutely silly. So, running into the jungle, everything's been cleared, man. At least those first 2 camps. Are they going to drop a sentry? I heard a sentry somewhere. Observer ward. Sentry was down here. It can kill this observer ward, but he didn't put a ward up on the high ground. We'll see if he goes and checks it. Another sentry popped. Come on up there. Do it. Yeah. Found it. Okay. That ward is dead now. He knew they probably had a ward up on Roshan. This is a really good ward place because it can check wards here and wards here. I don't know if we can catch this one or not. This one can obviously check wards here and here. Dire Team now pushing. They're going to take a tower. I bet they have gold advantage. Yes, they do. 5k, 10k from where they were when they're at a disadvantage. Radiant Team going to try to defend this up, but I don't think it's going to happen, man. We'll see. SK is going to stun through. That was a little scary. What if they're actually all right here? SK would have stunned into nothing and died. Double sentry ward place. In case they didn't have enough. There's the Gale going down on Ricky Maru. I'm sorry, the Gush. And now he's going to take some AM damage. Getting very low. He just put the smoke down. Tide is looking for an ulti. Is he going to get a Ravage? He's actually going to catch everybody. The SK ulti actually does get channeled off, but only doing damage to the Tide Hunter there. Not the best targets. Venomancer ulti doing a lot of damage. Lich is going to drop. Chain Frost is rocking face. And Ricky is still alive, surprisingly. Just Rasta and SK that have dropped. Venomancer getting tracked. And that's going to be his death. Wow, that was a big crit. 600 damage going down. Ricky Maru is thinking about it. So dangerous, though. Another hammer picked up for the Bounty Hunter. Wards are dropped. Tower now going to die so fast, especially with this -6 armor from the Desolator. Even going to put a sentry ward down, just in case. They do pick it off. Bot tower is pushing naturally, but here comes TP back from the Anti-Mage. Priest of the Moon now pushing up. Demon Edge on her. And let's look at the gold graph. 7,500, in case they weren't winning enough. CS totals Anti-Mage is 275. See what I mean, guys? Battle Fury Anti-Mage. 580 gold per minute. It's really good. It is really good. Alright, Ricky Maru now showing up. Swinging to the mid lane. Going to be looking for some free kills, I think. Ooh, Bounty Hunter is here. He could actually get this kill. No, he's actually going to back up. Looks like he is checking for a rune, which is actually on top. Priest of the Moon will snag that one. Shadow Shaman still does not have a level 3 Necronomicon. Rough day for him. And Bounty Hunter purchasing a Black King Bar. He's not going to have to worry about Ricky Maru anymore. If the smoke goes down, pops the BKB and turns and fights. Magic Immunity does stop that, so Anti-Mage continuing to farm another ping for Priest Moon. I think they said, guys, let's smoke, come on. Does anybody have smoke is the question. The answer is no. Where you at, Ricky? And here it comes. And there they go. It's gonna happen. Shadow Shaman giving vision. There's the Bounty Hunter. Shadow Shaman, drop your stuff, man. What are you doing? Didn't cast a single thing. That's over. That's just over. Oh my gosh. The Shaco catching 2 heroes. They have no chance at that point. Sloppily done. 5 for nothing. That's gonna be at least a Rex. At least a single Rex. When your reaction times, man, I've seen this time and time again. Pro players don't normally mess this up, but levels at a lower caliber like this do. As soon as you get vision, you say, oh god, they probably can see me. Somebody is close enough. And what did Rasta do? Not only did he lead, but he gave vision. They saw the Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter went invisible, and he didn't even drop his wards. And that's, I mean, you have to fight the fact that you think that they're just going to... You don't want to waste your abilities, but like... I don't know. It's hard to say. It's easier for me to say that because I could see where they were, but maybe Rasta was looking somewhere else, and that's probably a bad path to run anyways. Running up a hill like that with smoke is almost always going to work out badly. So, and they just happen to catch the entire enemy team. This is going to be at least a double Rex here. At least 2 towers. Mid Rex is down. Ricky Maru's about up, and that's actually me. Everybody respawn. Arrow's going to land on an illusion. Looks like they thought that was the real one, but nope, this is the real Anti-Mage. Now he's dealing a lot of damage. Rasta in trouble. Rasta doesn't even get his wards off. Once again, making a huge mistake. There's the smoke, but everybody pretty fast here. Would almost argue you should defusal, then smoke against an Anti-Mage now. He's going to clean up. He's level 25. Double kill, mega kill. Sand King did ulti, but Anti-Mage still cleaning up now. Arrow coming through, landing on Windrunner. Doesn't matter. And good game well played is called by the Rasta. Things were most likely over a while ago, and they finally just cleaned it up. Shackle Shot is not going to land. He is going to eat a gush, though. There's a track. And Ricky gets dropped. Good game. That was a good game, man. I have to say, 40-minute, very good game. I already pointed out the mistakes. Mostly Sand King's ultis really making a big difference in those early to mid game teamfights. They definitely needed that there. Their hard carry, they basically stopped farming, so once you stop farming, you've got to get the farm in. He wants to do a Chain Frost. He will get it off. He did do a Veil of Discord as well. AM has a little bit of money, it's true. There's a Tide ulti. Tide's going to eat that one, though. Holy crap. He will survive just barely, but... Ooh. Damn, why is he so fast? Holy crap. Track, probably. Alright, Dire Team takes the win. That was once again... no, that was not that team. I was looking at what I wrote previously for the last game. Let me check the team name. That is... Grow Up Gaming, I believe. Too Big to Fail. Grow Up is the Radiant team, I'm pretty sure. So that was Too Big to Fail, taking the win there over Grow Up Gaming. We are on to the semifinals of the February Reddit Dota tournament. Don't go anywhere, guys. I'll be right back in just a bit. We'll see some more Dota 2 action. Thanks for watching on YouTube as well. Feel free to subscribe if you like the content, and I'll see you guys later.